doesn't sound very exciting. Of course, I imagine that when a man enters middle life, he doesn't want someone exciting. He wants someone comfortable, someone he's used to.
Now wait just a second. Helen's not so comfortable. She's pretty exciting. You should see the way that people look at her at parties and on the street and everywhere.
What people?
Men, that's what people. Tom Mackenzie, if you want to know. I mean, when she wears that backless thing, you know, the one with hardly any front, I mean, there's nothing comfortable about that at all. She wore it one night last spring. When Mackenzie was over here, you couldn't get him out of the place. You know, it looked like he was going to leave 4 different times, but he just couldn't tear himself away.
Helen, you look very lovely tonight.
Oh, I thank you, Tom.
You're a lucky man, Dicko, even if you don't know it.
I know all about it, and don't call me Dicko.
Helen, that name so suits you. Helen, thy beauty is to me as those Mycenaean barks of yore.
Gracious.
Stand there and let me drink you in. Turn around, slowly. Oh, you look particularly lovely in a backless gown.
Backless, frontless, topless, bottomless, I'm on you, you son of a bitch.
What was that old man?
Oh, don't pay any attention to Dick. You know how he gets with his martinis.
Two lousy martinis.
Dr. Summers told him time and time again to go on the wagon for a while until his stomach gets better.
Well, that's good advice there, Dicko. I mean, if you can't handle the stuff, you should just cut it out entirely. In fact, once a year, just to test my willpower, I stop everything.
No comment.
So you really like this dress, do you, Tom?
Oh, I certainly do. It's a Potter original, isn't it?
Yes, that's wonderful. How did you know?
Well, I'm somewhat of an authority on women's clothing. You know, you really should invite me to go with you the next time you go shopping. We could have lunch and drink it there. Well, goodbye, Dicko. Goodbye, Helen.
Goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Tom.
I'll call you next week. I'll send a telegram. We'll take reservations.
I'll be looking forward to it. Thought he would never go home.
Oh, Helen, my beauty is to be as the Mycenaean barks of yore. Is he kidding?
Now, you know, Tom, he beats his chest and makes a lot of noise, but it doesn't really mean anything.
I know. His Mycenaean bark is worse than his Mycenaean pipe. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I should write that down.
Well, you know, he is kind of sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to have people notice your clothes.
Notice your clothes? You did a lot more than notice, Helen. You really ought to do something about that dress there.
Do something, Tom?
Well, just the front part there, kind of. Why don't we empty the ashtrays? Well, you should see the way he was looking at you tonight.
I would think you'd be flattered. Don't you want people to think your wife is attractive?
Well, sure, but, well, why don't we clean up? The place looks like a cocktail lounge on 10th Street.
Darling.
Well,
Not now.
the ashtrays.
I said not now.
Then you really do love Helen?
What do you want, an affidavit?
I'm warning you, pal. It may not be so easy to get rid of this girl as you think. My dear boy, did you ever hear of a thing called blackmail?
Blackmail?
One often hears of unscrupulous young girls who prey on foolish, wealthy, middle-aged men.
No, really?
You got her into bed without any great effort. Why do you suppose she was so willing?
But she said, right there, she said she went right on the record. She didn't want to get involved.
Ha! Ha!
Just a second ago you were saying she was madly in love with me.
You poor, foolish, wealthy, middle-aged man.
Well, in the first place, I am not wealthy.
Blackmail, pal. Happens every day. She'll bleed you white.
Oh my God. I'll have to sell the kids' bonds. Oh, poor Rachel. Poor Helen. Well, there's only one thing to do. I just confess everything and throw myself at her mercy. I mean, we're both intelligent people. She'll forgive me.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she shot you dead.
not Helen. She'd be much more likely to just shoot herself. Now she'd probably shoot us both. Well, what am I going to do? I can't go on torturing myself like this. I'm just going to tell her, that's all. I mean, she'll get over it eventually. I mean, right now the pain might be bigger than she is, but day by day the pain will lessen until she's bigger than the pain. Helen? Helen?
Yes, darling?
Would you come out here for a second, please? There's something I have to tell you.
Yes, Dick? Oh, I was just making a cherry pie. I know how you hate the pies from Christie's, and I wanted to surprise you.
I don't know how to say this to you.
Yes, Dick?
Well, we've been married a long time.
7 years, darling. 7 glorious years. These are sweetheart cherries.
And all that time, I've never looked at another woman.
I know that, Dick. And I wanted to tell you what that's meant to me. You may not be aware of this, darling, but you are terribly attractive to women.
I am.
Yes, you, funny Richard, you. You are. But in all these 7 years, I've never worried. Not once. Don't I know that there are plenty of women out there that would give their eye teeth to get their hands on you? Like Elaine, and Miss Morris, Marie, whatever her name was, from Westport. But I trust you, Dick. I always have. I always will. Do you know something?
What?
Never mind. I can't even say it. It's too foolish.
No, go ahead, say it. Say, be foolish.
Well, I honestly believe that if you ever were unfaithful to me, I'd know it. I'd know it instantly.
You would?
Oh, yes.
And what would you do?
Well, darling, I don't want to...
No, really, I'm interested. What would you do?
Well, I'd probably shoot you dead. Afterwards, of course, I'd have to shoot myself. Life wouldn't be worth living after that.
Oh, no. Helen?
Yes, Dick?
Nothing. Nothing.
Yes, there is something. I can tell.
Okay, well, just take it easy.
I
Helen.
can tell. I can suddenly feel it. Vibrations. Something happened while I was away this summer.
It was an accident, huh? Like a crazy accident. This girl had this flower. A flower fell from the sky, and it hit me right on the terrace, you know? I mean, I wasn't sitting there, thank God, so I didn't get hurt. And that's why I didn't tell you about it, because I knew that you worried. I didn't want you to worry about it.
Who was she?
Oh, see, now that's where you're making it all up.
Who was she? And it's true. It is true.
We're both intelligent people. I knew you'd be hurt, but I know that eventually you'll forgive me. You know, when people like... What do you